So in the book, one of the segments, it talks about people's base needs, and you compare it to, water and comfort and a warm home. And you say that beyond people's base needs, they want affiliation, status, and freedom from fear.
Yeah.
And that good marketing addresses one of those deeper level needs. Can you speak to why those are such important elements of a person's comfortability?
Yeah. Well, okay. By good marketing, I don't mean good ads. I mean anything in our world that is succeeding. So what is status? Status is who eats lunch first. Status is you got to be the deacon at the church. Status is this person's wearing a nicer outfit than me. By what measure? Status is, sure, who's got a fancier car, but status is also in some communities who's got more kids, or in other communities who's got less kids. Status is we're keeping score of something. Affiliation is who's to my left and who's to my right. Do I fit in? My favorite example of this happened to me a few weeks ago. I went to a wedding, don't really like weddings, and we had to park our cars, and then a little golf cart was taking people down the driveway. And I'm waiting there, and there's one other guy waiting, and he's wearing a tuxedo. And I'm like, uh-oh, because if I'm the only person in the wedding without a tuxedo, I feel terrible because I'm not in sync. Then two other people show up, they're wearing suits. And I watch the guy with the tuxedo go to himself and go, uh-oh, because he's the only guy in a tuxedo, right? So those things drive us so far. And then the third one, the big one, is the freedom from fear, which is not actual fear, but just knowing that we could be farther away from fear. So for some people, that means a nest egg in the bank, because for them, fear is running out of money. But for other people, and this is a huge portion of the US population, it's always being in debt. Because if you're always in just the right amount of debt, you don't have to think very hard about money. You just have to barely stay above. So now you're not afraid of the choices because you have no choices. Freedom from fear.
In the book, you say that one of the biggest reasons that people stay in systems is sunk costs.
Yeah.
The money and the time that they've already put into something. How do you overcome that sunk cost preventing you from doing something that just objectively needs to be done?
So you need to begin by understanding what it even is. So a couple simple examples. You saved up and you got $100 tickets to go see a musician, and the concert starts in an hour. And you're walking to the concert, and as you're walking, you run into your best friend from college who you haven't seen. And he says, we're having my birthday party at the fanciest restaurant in town, and there are going to be all these people you've ever wanted to meet there. Come as my guest. Should you go? Or should you say, I never want to see you again, and go to the $100 concert because you paid $100? It's very clear you should go to the dinner, because the $100 ticket is a gift from your former self to you. The you of yesterday gave you those tickets, and you don't have to take them because you got a better offer. That if you went to law school and 15 years later, there are no good jobs for lawyers, you hate being a lawyer gives you a stomach ache, you don't have to be a lawyer tomorrow, because that law degree is a gift from the old version of you. And we have no trouble, I hope, not using a gift that some stranger gives us if it's not good for us. If a stranger gives you an armadillo and says you need to take this on as a pet for the rest of your life, you say, I don't want an armadillo. Well, the same thing's true with that house that's too big for you and your family, because that's a gift that you worked really hard, the old you, to get. And you can say to the old you, you know what I'd rather have? I'd rather have the cash and freedom I can get if I sell this house.
That's great advice that I'm going to steal.
Please do. That's why I'm here.